ACSES Engineers is a multidisciplinary engineering consulting firm. So we specialise in civil, structural and geotechnical design engineering. We have worked pretty much all over New South Wales, Queensland and Melbourne. So what we do at ACSES is to create the solutions that the builder will then proceed to build on site. We'll produce the structural documentation that will outline and specify the concrete, the reinforcement, the manner in which the construction methodology, the construction sequencing, how much concrete, how much steel, how much timber. That's really what our job is. We have three different teams. So we have the structural division, we have the civil division and the geotechnical division. So those three disciplines quite heavily work closely together. That's what our market advantage would be, is the fact that the civil engineer, the geotech engineer and the structural engineer literally sit within talking distance. And so what you end up with is a solution that's a complete package. Nobody teaches you this when you start a business, right? Essentially, you go from being a one-man show working off a plastic table in your garage, and then all of a sudden you end up growing to a point where you start requiring much more sophisticated accounting strategies. So when I first met Pherrus, I was incredibly ignorant in terms of the way in which I ran the business side of things and the way in which I administered the business, even the entities and the way in which the business was structured. It was very, very basic. I was introduced to Pherrus by a friend, and this friend just happened to be one of Pherrus's clients. They said, you need to speak to this company. I always tell the team at Pherrus, I always seem to walk in stressed out and I always seem to walk out, shoulders back, everything's calm, don't worry, we'll take care of it. And what I would consider complex, because it's not my area of expertise, it's just so comforting to know they've got it covered. And the beauty of each time I meet with them is they always seem to have a game plan. There's always, okay, this is our next 3 steps, not our next step. We're going to do this, then we're going to do that, then we're going to do this. It's good to know that there's someone you can call on when you need that level of comfort to know, okay, we've got you covered, you just worry about what you do and we'll take care of this. What I really appreciate about Pherrus is the manner in which they've organised all the different entities and organised a system that is essentially tailored for us, where we don't have to manage the system, we would just provide the input so that that area of the business is not something we have to focus on. It frees us then, as I said before, to focus on what we do best. Because they're looking at everything holistically, what we're finding is everything seems streamlined. Send us that bank statement, we'll take care of it. Send us that quarterly statement, we'll take care of it. And what that does is, again, it's just one less thing that we have to worry about, one less thing that we have to stress about. And of course, the team at Pherrus are incredibly thoughtful, incredibly empathetic, and the customer service is brilliant. Ultimately, what I found is that it's very comforting to have Pherrus on the team. One of the things that a business such as ours unfortunately suffers from is cash flow, because the way in which we execute the work, the way in which we get paid, leaves us in a position where cash flow is constantly being tested. So one of the great things that Pherrus was able to assist us with was securing lines of credit to facilitate the running of the business and to keep things flowing. That was something that we really, really appreciated. They are an incredible team. They are very, very technically savvy. They are incredible at customer service, responsive. They are easy to talk to, friendly. I know I've said it before, but they really do have an empathetic approach to the way in which they service you, and that's important. The Australian tax system is very complex. You need someone like Pherrus on your team who's essentially looking after you, making sure you're playing by the rules and succeeding, because that's what their end goal is to see you succeed. At ACSES Engineers, Pherrus is an integral part of our team, and we would recommend them wholeheartedly.